So in the last video I talked about underrated TV shows, but what about the overrated ones? Far out, there are quite a few, so let's start out this top 10. Number 10, Game of Thrones. Before you guys swarm me with hate comments, hear me out. It is still one of the best TV series made till date. I'm talking visually and story wise, but after season 4, the lack of material and direction due to the leaving of George R. Martin, the show definitely suffered, and this is evident in season 7. Pretty much, they had to improvise. This caused the context to be bland at sometimes and just felt forced, to be honest. Look, it still is a great show, but has been suffering for a while. Hopefully it can overcome this lack of context in the upcoming season.
But it's coming.
Number 9, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. People who watch this show need to rethink their choices in life. This show is just sad, relying on a bunch of stupid people doing their stupid daily bullshit. The fact that they get mad dramatic about petty things is just unbearable. Like, come on, they're getting paid for being idiotic and this intrigues others. Like how? I put this number 9 just because it's so bad that it's good. Childish, I know.
Oh no, that's where I draw the line.
Number 8, The Flash. Look, I'm not saying the show isn't enjoyable, it is, but the problem is caused by the show's extreme repetition. I'm talking about how in every season, it's the Flash being the fastest man alive, then realizing that he isn't the fastest. Then he gives up, his girl boosts his spirit, and just like that, he has the confidence and strength to beat the villain. Have you guys also realized that the villain for every season is already introduced in the beginning of the season? The first season was Reverse Flash, pretending to be Harrison Wells. The second season was Zoom, who was pretending to be Jay Garrick, and the third season was Savitar, who was pretty much Barry the Time Remnant the whole time, and so on.
I will never be you.
Number 7, Arrow. Don't get me wrong, the first 2 seasons were really good, but after that, all hell broke loose. This all started when they forced the whole thing with Oliver and Felicity. Then they went on to making the villain for season 4 Damien Dark, a guy with telekinesis, superpowers. How's my man's Ollie supposed to fight a guy who can literally stop things in midair? Ollie has a bow and arrow, for God's sake. Pretty much the creators thought, oh look, Flash is doing so well with the metahumans, so why don't we give it a shot? And that was the beginning to an end of a good show. Even though season 5 was an improvement from 3 and 4, there still isn't enough to call it a great show.
You brought for.
Number 6, Empire. This show started out strong, no doubt about that. It had a strong cast, good storyline, and enjoyable. But unfortunately, it wasn't what people made it out to be. Pretty much everyone started going around saying that the show is amazing and all, but after the first season, the show slowly faded and the storyline got bland, to be honest. Hopefully it has a comeback, but I strongly doubt that.
Know what a debutante is? A bougie hoe with a lot of money. A hoe who can slice your throat without even disturbing her pearl.
Number 5, Glee. This show legit has no plot. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They move from relationships with one person to another like it's nothing, and how the hell are they good to perform every time? They don't rehearse or nothing. How do they plan their songs? Like how? The show is extremely stereotypical as well. Yes, I'm talking about Kurt. Look, it's a great thing to feature gay teens, and I know it's inspired many kids that suffered the same, but like seriously, the guy likes fashion, likes to go after straight guys. He's friends with mostly girls and is way too emotional. I know for a fact all gay guys aren't like this, and the song choices are trash.
Hi, I'm Kurt Hummel and I'll be auditioning for the role of Kicker.
Number 4, Two Broke Girls. The show is a product of the recipe lowest common denominator. The ingredients include sexually attractive girls that can pull in the fellas, peculiar enough to pull in the ladies, it's primitive just enough to look tense without being too offensive for the viewers, and most importantly, has the laughing track to remind the viewers that it was supposed to be a funny joke. Goodness, this show is absolutely garbage.
Tell me about it. I looked like Donald Trump before they velcroed that dead cat to his head.
Number 3, The Big Bang Theory. Another CBS show that is a lowest common denominator and demolishes the use of laughing tracks, even more than Two Broke Girls. The use of stereotypes is also heavy in this one, especially with Raj. The fact that he couldn't talk to girls without being drunk is just obscene, just plain bad. Like, out of everyone, they had to use the brown character for this awkward performance. The show is very poorly made and it needs a whole lot of fixing.
If it wasn't for this beer, I couldn't even talk to you right now. I'm a wreck. There are many things seriously wrong with me.
Number 2, The Bachelorette. I'm not talking about one specific show, I'm talking about the whole concept. I don't even care if I get hate for this. If you watch this show, then you pour the milk before the cereal. But seriously, deep down, you know that this show is absolutely trash. Nothing but a girl just being wanted by a dozen guys. Every season leads to the girl picking a true love, but the sad thing, by the time the finale is out to mainstream public, they've already broken up. Right, so this is gonna go down in history as the worst piece of shit that people are still intrigued by.
Is that I'm in love with two guys. I don't think anything can prepare you for this.
Number 1, Sex and the City. This show's terrible, flat out terrible. Thank God it ended, but still pisses me off that it went for 6 seasons. The show's pretty much about men, that's all there is to know. It's pretty much made by men for male viewers. This show is supposed to be about empowering women that could be looked as role models, but nope, it's the exact opposite. Pretty much every episode revolves around cringe dialogues, slut shaming, and so on, as well as the girls being stereotypical. I'm talking about they live their best lives in Manhattan without doing any work and pretty much throw themselves at rich men. The show is trash. I'm sorry. It just is.
Messages. Hi, it's me. You're a dick. But it sure felt good saying it right now.
Well, that's it for the top 10 overrated TV shows. Let me know in the comments down below if I missed any that shows that deserve to be on the list. I'm out. Peace.